All right, everyone. This year, I've gotten tired now of having to say this, but it's been a rough couple of days for Facebook. It's like the fourth rough patch that they've had. A couple days, well, yesterday, Facebook accidentally rolled out a feature that was supposed to be internal. Supposedly, it was an accident, but I've got two other theories that I think are probably more close to the truth. Now, what happened is that there was an option on every post on the site, personal updates, cat video, anything that it happened to be where you could mark it as potential hate speech. Now, they say, well, this was an internal thing our staff are using to identify hate speech. It was an accident that we rolled it out to the public. It wasn't meant to go public. Whoops, we accidentally showed you, yeah, we are actively trolling around Facebook for stuff we consider to be hateful. Not criminal, not anything wrong. It's just we consider it to be hateful. Oh, this might have hate speech in it. We've got to teach our computers how to identify it so that we can exonerate ourselves from having to do any fucking work at all. By the way, do these moderation staff on these larger tech firms realize they're training up the algorithms that are going to kill off their jobs? They do realize that, right? That they're destroying their own, employment. You do realize that. I wonder if they do. Yeah, I'm surprised more of them haven't gone rogue, and that's what I think happened. I think that a rogue employee, I think this was like the DNC where it was almost certainly, there's a 99% chance the DNC leak wasn't Russia. It was a rogue employee at the DNC who was a Sanders fan. Now, I'm not using the term Seth Rich. Everyone always jumps down my throat, assumes that I am. I'm saying some sort of employee leaked this because they saw that the DNC was mistreating one of the candidates, and it was basically a shoe-in style race. It was predetermined. They then leaked stuff. I think that a Facebook employee was disgruntled, seeing how oppressive and authoritarian Facebook is becoming. They're like, well, there's not going to be any speech on site. Look at all this shit that we're doing. I'm going to make this public so that Facebook has to address it. Hasten the death of the company. That's the number one theory, I think, as to what actually happened here. A rogue employee. So then it causes chaos. And what actually happens? Well, everyone is talking about mass flagging. Everything is hate speech in order to scramble the algorithm. By the way, it will happen. YouTube is trying similar stuff. It's not going to work. It's had a very poor track record. Facebook's tried stuff like this before. They tried putting little red flags next to potentially fake news stories, only to realize that got them wider circulation. Now they just silently manipulate the news algorithm. Another reason why Facebook is no longer worth using, like my account there is basically dormant. At this point, I don't really use it. I message a few people. My fan page is a zombie page that just links elsewhere. There's no reason to use the platform. It's not fun. It's not entertaining to use. But then, Zuckerberg makes probably an even bigger mistake. He's rolling out dating app for Facebook. Yes, Facebook is now going to delve into dating. Now, I thought that if you went around Facebook, found people with similar likes and dislikes, maybe same geographical area, maybe that sparks a conversation anyway. So now it's like, oh, meet shut-in singles that refuse to stop using an increasingly dying, dwindling, police state authoritarian site. Meet attractive people who never leave their home. That's essentially what it's going to devolve into. Facebook is dying. Why would anyone, if they are looking for tail, which is why 90% of people use a dating service, can we just fucking be honest? They're not looking for marriage, at this point. They're not looking for, oh, let's get married and raise kids. It's traditional dating service. No, they're looking for tail, or they're looking for, a friend with benefits or something. That's most of the people. It's like an Ashley Madison sort of thing. They just want to fuck. So you're telling me that people that want that, they're going to use a dying platform like Facebook with an increasingly dwindling user base and more people that don't really do anything except using it as a messaging app anyway. They're going to choose that over Tinder or something. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Today on Things I Wouldn't Be Caught Dead Doing. Okay. Hey, Mark, I know that you are selling people's personal data to foreign states. I know that you work with the CIA. I know that you compile lists on people. And I know that you store their data indefinitely. Like, you wouldn't answer Congress. You weren't even under oath. You still wouldn't honestly answer them and tell them the truth, which is you never erase personal data. You can't delete a Facebook account. It's always going to be there in backup on a server somewhere. Okay. Let me tell you this then. I think it's a great idea for me to give you even more of my personal data. Instead of using a site that might try at least a little bit to keep it safe, I'm going to tell you all the weird fetishes that I'm into too, so I can go and date people and, date as in hook up in a cheap hotel or something. That's how 90% of the people using the service are going to operate. It's going to be weird. And it's probably going to blow up in Zuckerberg's face. The first time that somebody meets someone on Facebook and then it turns out to be a serial killer or a rapist, you can bet it's going to bite him in the ass. Maybe next time he will have to be under oath. And it's going to be funny because do you honestly trust Zuckerberg at this point to put proper safeguards in place for the users of that service? I don't. Absolutely not. Not that I'm going to use those services anyway, but, if I was, it wouldn't be Facebook. Let's just put it that. Yes, let me be very boring here. I'm dating on Facebook. Yay! It doesn't make any sense, dude. What the hell? Zuckerberg keeps making dumb errors and he's going to collapse his own company. But there's a reason he's selling off a bunch of his stock this summer. I think several $100 million in stock. Now, if I run a company, and I'm optimistic about it, why would I sell stock off? Why would I want to sell stock? I'm going to make more money if I hold on to it, sell it later if the company's going to have any longevity or not. But that's not going to happen. Facebook in a couple of years will be unrecognizable from its current form. That is a guarantee. 10 years from now, I'd be extremely surprised if it exists. If it exists at all, it'll be a zombie site. It'll be like MySpace. It'll be there, but who's using it? Who fucking cares about it? It's like, something they can host on one server in Rwanda somewhere because nobody uses it anymore. It'll be like in the millennial old folks home, they'll have fake Facebook. They'll have a bunch of bullshit profiles that just are run by robots to talk to the residents to convince them that it's still the mid-2000s. That tech is still relevant and that they're not sad, old, and dying. That's essentially what's going to happen. Zuckerberg is off his fucking rocker if he thinks that a dating service is going to save his website. He's even more crazy for thinking anyone's going to take it seriously. Oh yeah, it was an accident. Yeah, sorry, we've got a very, very well-trained, monitored staff of severe authoritarians. We accidentally made something public that, programming-wise, how the hell could we have made it go public unless we actually meant to in the first place? Oh, you pressed the wrong button. So this said post to all of Facebook instead of just post to a few moderators. Okay, that makes sense. How it doesn't make sense to me. No, it's not accidental. It was on purpose. Either Zuckerberg testing the functionality and then realizing what a shit show it was when everyone on the internet began misusing it almost instantly. Either that or it was a rogue employee. My best bet, there's a 99% chance that some Facebook employee got fired the other day for doing that. Good on them, by the way, for revealing the fact that Zuckerberg is delving further into censorship. He thinks the answer to the problems on his site is to censor more stuff. Kick more people off the site that's already losing users. Great idea. Great, wonderful. I'm sure that your shareholders will really, really love your ideas. That's about all. Peace out.